Hi everyone, and welcome to Dismas the Pilgrim, the Puzzled Pilgrim. Today we're going to be solving puzzles on Netflix, namely the Starstruck, and all three difficulties of Sudoku. After that we'll move on to the New York Times, where we'll be doing the Wordle and all three Pips difficulties. From there we'll move on to chess.com, where we'll play any available daily puzzles over the last couple of days that I may have missed, and a handful of their more general puzzles. Depending on how we're doing at the time, I might even play a quick game as well. After that, we might do some puzzles on the Telegraph. If anyone redeems any points, there is the option for us to play a couple of bonus puzzles on Netflix and New York Times. Without further ado, we'll go on to the Netflix Starstruck. I like starting here because it is my favourite. Let's just turn the track around. There we go. We don't track the easy wins as I use it as a warm-up. The rules for Starstruck. Hi there. The rules for Starstruck are that we need to place exactly one star in each row, column, and coloured region. Also, stars cannot touch. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start by showing something that will disappear straight away if I don't show it now. So, first thing I've noticed is here, in the two right-hand columns, these two shapes that are too wide each are fully in these two columns, which means we need to place a star here or here, and a star in this region, which means we cannot place a star anywhere else in these two columns. The other thing I noticed is that this region of 2, because it's fully in a 15 Stream Street, well done. This shape excludes from the rest of the row, with it being fully encompassed in the row. These shapes here, where it's 2 adjacent, also knock out these, because both of them are touching. So if there was a star here, it would knock out both, and if it was here instead, it would knock out both. Almost. Which now leaves us with just the one place for the yellow, which gives us the red. Okay. So now with brown, these shapes also exclude from here, because all three are touching. I think that we can exclude this one. It's a bit of an awkward shape to see, but I'll walk you all through it. So these two touch, and at the same time this one and this one lock in at it. Yeah. So we can exclude that. Once we've excluded that, we end up with the brown having to be in this column, which means green can't be, which leaves us one place for green. That's for the blue. Then we've ended up with the same shape here, which follows the same rule as that one. So we can exclude there, it's the orange, it's the purple, brown. Okay, that was a really nice, easy one. It used a couple of logic tricks that I didn't expect to see in an easy. Quite like. So we will move on to the hard today. Like I said, we do track the wins on this one. Other than that, the rules are exactly the same. Okay, so we've already got a couple of more complex shapes. So this large L will exclude from here, as all of the boxes are touching. We also have a 2x1 region here, which will exclude from the rest of the column, and then here. This then excludes from the whole row, and here and here. These two are actually going to exclude from here. So this one is touching it, and this one sees it, so no matter which one the star is in, it can't be. So this. We're now left with the purple just in the top two, so we can eliminate there. So now I'm just looking to see if yes. Okay, not spotting anything obvious straight away. So I have one of the tricks that we like to use are looking for matching rows and columns. So like I showed with the easy, where we matched up the rightmost two columns to be able to exclude. Tricks like that are the main avenue for getting solves. Fortunately, some are just laid out just a little wrong. I'm hoping that this doesn't end up being another one that I end up having to chalk down at once. Okay, so being Q in here would eliminate here, or dot that. There's nothing special I can do with the shape of brown, orange, yellow, or green, as it's just a little too long to make an exclusion here or here. We've got 5 different coloured regions in there. 5 in there as well. 4. Only 2. Still. Ignoring the top row image would be there. 4. Although all 4 are contained there, it doesn't actually give us much. Okay. Okay, so actually we can exclude that star, or this square, because if it was here, it'd be touching, so it can't go there, and all of this column looks down at the same time, so we can exclude that. And that actually gives us that green has to be in this column, so we can exclude there. That tells us that brown has to be in this column, excluding the rest of brown. Yellow now has to be here, excluding the rest of yellow. And now it's given us the 2x2 shape of yellow, so we can exclude there. You're right, Duck Wizard. That now actually places the star in blue, because it's the only place available in that column. yellow, orange, brown. Okay. That was a nice one. There was one or two bits that stalled me for a minute, but I quite liked that one. And that was just in time for the ad break to start. I don't solve any puzzles while the ads are running, so that anyone who has to watch them doesn't miss anything. So we'll be back very shortly. Back. Let's start the Sudoku for today. So yeah, Duck Wizard, I don't care that you say that I can, it's just habit where I only refer people to screen names, just in case. But yeah, all the music was free. I can't remember the name of the site properly, but it's all always in the credits at the end of the episode, and there's a link with it all in plain text in the description for all the YouTube videos since I started using it, as that is the only step I needed to be able to use it for free. I'm very happy with it. There's probably more there that I use, and I probably will as time goes on, because I think it's only like 10 tracks or so on a loop. It might even be a little less, but yeah, no, I think the biggest step I had to do was I put them all into like Audacity, queued them all up with like tiny overlaps at the end for fades, like I would when I'm doing an Enigma, and then just burnt it all into one track so it can play on like a 15-minute loop. But yeah, the rules for Sudoku. Thanks, mate. But the rules for Sudoku are we need to fit the numbers 1 through 9 in each row, column, and 3x3 read. Additionally, on the easy, I do my best not to use any notes. Okay, so let's get into it. So I can already see that these we have that one there. These two and this one goes the one here. These two and this one solve out the last of the ones if I can actually click in the right box. The twos, we get this one. These two look up to that one. We end up with paired who's here. Again, I can't note them down. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream. can't see anything easy with both. Oh, with 3s, these 2 4s gives this one. 4 I can see quickly. And then 5s. These 2 look up, giving us this one. I can't see anything else quickly with that. 6. This one looks in, giving us this one. These 2 look here. This one's cross gives us this one. Oh yeah, these 2, 3, we end up with that 6. Let's go looking at the 6s quickly. Nothing for the 7s. The 8s look across, give us that one. Can't see anything with the 8s. So we'll move on to the 9s. These 2 give us this one. So let's see with the 9s. Okay, we've already got all the ones. So we'll start cycling back. Actually, let's look at this row. So we've already got the 1, 2, 3 can go in. Actually, the 3 can only go in that box. And the last thing we need for that box is 5. These 5s look across, and that one goes down, gives us this 5. That's all we get there. In this box, we still need 3s here. 4s match, which means the last one has to be 7. That's 7, that's 7, gives us this one. These 2 look across, gives us this one. These 2 look down, gives us this one. What are we left with in here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 8s. Can't see the 8 quickly. The 9 goes there, forcing us to an 8. We've already got the 1, 2, 3. 4 looks down. Here's 7, 8. Okay, what about this box? We have the 1, 2. 3s. 4s. We have 5, 6, 7. 8s. I'm sure if it was using notes, then this would be easier. But like I said, we always try not to on easy. There, already 4. Here. 6s there. 7s there. 8s. Okay. This is looking like I might actually need to use notes. Just to be able to see what's missing. Okay, so these 4s look across, this 4 looks down, giving us this one. Okay, 5, 6, 7. With 8 corners, the 8 will have to go here, looking across, giving us this 8. This 9 looks across, giving us this one. Two and a 3, which I can't solve. But this is a 3. It looks up here, it's that one. These look down, so this one is that 3. What's this column needing? 1, 2, 3. Needing a 4. Going either 5, 6, 7, and an 8, which can also go in either. Ah, bonjour, ça va? What was it? What am I missing here? That's also a 4. No, that. which leaves us needing a 8 here and an 8 to finish that column. Hi, it's your French lover with something and romantic possibility. I think I was close, or at least picked up the context. Watch me be incredibly wrong there, because I haven't done French since I did my GCSEs, which is 20 years ago. It's not hard to think about. Alright, so I want to look at this box again. So, target 1 to 3, console floors. So I wasn't too far off. I think A for effort. Where's the 6, 7, 5s and... Okay, so now we've got that. The 8 actually has to go there. These two cross. This one goes down against that 8, which actually solves all of them. I think it was the 5 that we needed to finish that. Okay, so what am I left with me here? I think it's the 2 and the 3. Yeah. And they don't solve down quickly. Let's have a look at this one. So we need 3s and they can go across here. 4s can go here or here. 5s. 6s here. Yeah. Quite a lot of space for the 7s. Already got the 8. No. I might need to use the notes. So put here and here for 3, 4. Here. Here and here. Give it 7, 8, and 9. I've also got 2 spots for. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use notes just to finish this one off. Everything's just a little too spread out for me to keep in my head. So, if there's anything I'm missing in this box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, again too spread out. 7, 8, 9. Now I'm gonna have to use notes. Unfortunately, I can't come and troubleshoot it. I'm a touch busy right now. So that was a 4-9 pair. Please go there. Yeah. Okay, so I can't spot any pairs. And it was 2-3 pair. One, 2. Section. numbers. Yeah, already have the 8 and the 9. Let's go here. Okay, so that actually gives us 2 naked numbers, which gives us 2 pairs, but it also cascades back down here. The 4 and this 9. So, yeah, it's all going to cascade down now, I think. Okay, so there's the easy, which actually required some notes so that I could see some naked numbers. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. Hate that just accidentally pressing the wrong button counts as pressing. Okay, so the medium, we can start doing notes as soon as I hit any blocks. The first thing I like to do is cycle through the actual numbers and see if we get anything for free. Which I'm not spotting straight away. Okay, so these 2, 3 look cross, giving us this one. I think they might be a touch trickier than usual today. Okay, so this 6 looks down, making the 6s go here. Looks up with this one looks cross, 6 here. The 6 looks cross, down, 6 there. These 2 and this one gets 6 here. I cannot help. Okay, so I can see that the 7s have to go here, which looks cross with this one, giving those 7s there. Okay, this one's a longer one to follow. These 2 give us 7s here, which look up, cutting off this column in this box. This one looks across, giving 7s here, which look back across. Gives us 7 here. From the sounds of it, nothing. This 8 looks across, giving us the 8 there. These 2 look across, and that one looks up, giving us the 8 there. These 2 look in here. These 2 look across, giving us that one, and that solves all of the 8s. There's a 9 in that box. They both go down against this one. So we'll do another pass with the numbers now. Just because we filled quite a bit out before we move on to the notes. Okay, so these 2 look across against this one. These 2 look into here against this one. That's all I'm just wanting to choose. Hey, welcome. That's my fours. Not spotting anything simple with the 4s. Yeah, I think we're Okay, these 6 will cross, this one down against this 6. That's all of 6s quickly. There, now, already got all the 8s. No, that's right. Right, so we move on to the notes. We're going from the top left, we move along. We need to start with, already have 2 and 3, 4 has to go here. 5s have to go here, which is there. 6s go here. That's 1, 5, 6 triple. Means the 9s can only go here, which they could anyway, which is the only place for them anyway. Over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4s across against 4s here. 5s go here, got 6 already. So that's 5 separate pair. 8, which means the 9s. What's this? They only go here anyway. This one's crossed there. 2, 3 standings, 3s here. 4 standings, 4s here. And I don't have much exclusion for the 5s right now. Apart from they have to go here. Because we get 5s here, which when matched with these, take up both of these, so the 5 has to be here, and that doesn't actually help us with this one. Oh, hey Hazel! Glad you could join. It's the 5s, we've already got 6, 7, 8, 9, we don't have any nice pairs there. So for the 1s, we've got this one looking across, this definitive here looks in, so the 1s can only go across the bottom. No major exclusions for the 2s. This cluster. Yeah, not much excluding the 3s at all. Don't got much to exclude 4s either. No, got even less to exclude 4s on this one. Exclude 5s in this box either. Nope. So I'm definitely not going to find any pairs in that one very easily. Yeah. So that box will hopefully start to calm down and pair up with things later. Over here we've already got the 1, 2 go here. 3s go here. Not much to exclude 4s. Already done the 5s because of a pattern I noticed earlier. 6, 7 can go here. Already have all of the 8s. This 9 looks crossed, and here's the 9 here, which leaves us with a naked 2 there. Forces the 2 here. These 2 look down, these 2 cross, the last 2 there. That hasn't eliminated too much more of the puzzle. I'm glad you got it working. Okay, so nothing to exclude the 1s in these boxes. Already got 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing excluding the 5s. We got 6, which leaves us with the 7, which can only go in here. That does unfortunately lose triple, which means we can't exclude anything in the box. I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be a very messy one as well, like the other one. Okay, I am spoiling something here. So, if I do this box first, actually, the 1's here, 2, 3, 4. And I've already done the 5s. We have 6, 7, 8. 9s now. Okay, that doesn't exclude much for the box itself, but what it does give me is that the ones have to be in this column, because no matter what, no matter where they appear in this box and this box, it leaves this row blank, so they can only be there. 2, 3s can only go here. Only place left for 4 is here. We don't have any exclusions for the 5s. Yeah, like, I'm enjoying the day-to-day streams. Like, occasionally, like, I find it a bit hard having like the energy to do it with me, like having started with a nearly daily schedule. So like that gets a little difficult sometimes. But other than that, I'm enjoying like being on here and like having made like a little community with you guys. Okay, so that's a 5-3 pair there now, which means in the rest of this box we can exclude any appearance of 5 and a 3, which gives us that 1. I was not expecting the centre box to be the one to like have that sort of cascade. Okay, I think this might be the point where the puzzle fully cascades down. Not yet, I'm so close. That's going to be a 5. There we go, there's the medium done. I realised I didn't move the tracker over. So yeah, you can see the updated one now. We're about to move on to the hard, but just before we do, we're about to hit an ad break. So rather than starting and then immediately interrupting the puzzle, we will go to break now and then hopefully be able to solve the entirety of the hard Sudoku before the next ad break. So see you very shortly. Welcome back. We're about to start the hard daily Sudoku on Netflix. So first thing I do is I will run through the numbers, see if we've got any gimmies to get us started, and then we'll move on to making the notes to be able to solve the puzzle down properly. Not seeing anything yet. Okay, so we do have 3 there. Get that through as well. Hey, Slyro! Didn't see you slide in there. Good to see you, mate. What do you get that for? Just a reminder that people can spend channel points to be able to decide what the starting word for Wordle will be today. If no one redeems it, I will default to using daily. No, I messaged you about it. No one really joined in the giveaway that I tried to do this week. So I guess it's going to have to wait even longer. I just can't seem to give that game away. Finish off the box. 2. And also and then with them and this we get we can now put 1 in that box. Let's see, is that 2, 3, 4, 5. This 6 and 6 give us this one. I mean, it must be cursed. But yeah, I had people like joining the stream, like asking about it and everything, and then just no. The only person who like ended up joining was H, just to make sure that like the bot was working properly, and then no one else joined in at all. So there's that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross copy 5 map on. 3 at 6, 7, 8, and console out the 9 yet. This box. 1s, 2s, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 cross keys. Corner shapes all around for the rest of the sets. But that gives us a good framework to start using the notes. So we'll start up here. And get this cluster here. Yeah, no, I really appreciate the donation, Slyro. And yeah, it's just nuts that I can't even give it away. Okay, not much excluding the 5s in that box. Here. So the 7s. 8 are here. And then the 9s. Before I do the 9s, I think that is 7, 6, 8 pair. Or triple, sorry. Because the 7 and 6 appear in all 3, and the 8 appears in 2 of them, which means in these 3 boxes, those are the only numbers that can appear. So I can remove the 2 and 4 from here. And then when we put the 9s in, don't have much to go on with the 9s, because we're only excluding there, but now only have to put them in there. Yeah, like literally, like how far away am I? The chair. Like I am less than $1.50 away from being able to hit my first payout. Okay, so we've already got this box. We'll move on to the top right. So not excluding the 1s. These go here. 4s. These guys here. These 2. 6s. Not much exclusion, unfortunately. Sevens. Yeah. Already have the 8s. The 9s match the 4s. Yeah, there's not going to be any obvious pairs there. So what we're missing is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5, 9 pair in this one. And then over here a 1, 2 pair. Bottom box, we have 1, 2 to go here. 3 that's like to go here. Oh, that would be fantastic. Like we saw a couple of mates Tuesday night, and I was trying to persuade them to do it as well, and they were saying they would, but I doubt they'll ever actually get around to remembering to do it for me. 6s go here, as do the 7s. The 8s end up down here. Bless. Okay, so the 1s go across. Not much to exclude 2s. Not much to exclude 3s either. 4s only go in the corners of that box. Already got 5. 6s. 7s. 8s. And 9s. Okay, so that's a lot going on. So now I need to look at rows and columns, I think. So like, the first thing I've spotted is along this row. The only place for a 7 is here. So I've done something wrong, because that didn't work. It's because I missed out a 7 on the notes here. So that was 7, 8, I believe. Yeah. Nope, 7, 6. Okay. So yeah, I'd apparently not properly typed the 7 there, which is what led to that mistake. So yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to find matching rows and columns. Okay, so we have a 5-9 pair here, which means 5 and 9 cannot appear anywhere else in that column, which means this has to be the 8 because it would exclude, because we exclude the 5 using that pair. Which actually allows us to place this one, finishing all of the 8s for us. Put a 7-6 pair here, but that doesn't really give us anything because we already knew about it. Oh yeah, like she definitely was. Right. Where else? Okay, so there's a 1-2 pair here, which means anywhere else in the column but 1-2 here, I can click. Okay, so there is a 7-6 pair across this one, which means remove 7 and 6 from everywhere else in the row. Which again doesn't give me much. It gives us a 4-2-9 triple, but there's not really anything I can do with that. Got a 1-5-7-6 quad along there. It's not nice at all. Okay, so I'm going to go through the numbers, see if any patterns emerge just from like the shadings. Sometimes I will miss them. Yikes. Okay, interesting. I don't have any 9s written at all in the bottom of the box. Why is that? Anything. I think this is going to make it messier, but okay, right. Okay, so I can remove the 9 from there because of the 5-9 pair. Don't know why they weren't anywhere else in the box. Anything interesting? No, unfortunately these two aren't aligned, so I can't infer anything about the 9s there. This one's going quite slowly. unfortunately they're just a little too evenly spread for me to make any useful inferences. The main thing I'm noticing is that if I try and do a look ahead with 4s, it's not going to be that impactful. 5s could be. The 6s could have an impact for look aheads. 7s will definitely have an impact for look aheads. Yeah, that's about as far as I could get. This is not ideal. Okay, so let's look up and down the rows again before I start trying to think about look aheads properly, just to see if we do get any matched. So this 1 5, we get 5 there, and see that we do have 4 2 9, 4 2 9, 4 2 9. I think that's a little too sketchy. Yeah, because of the 1 5 here. Can't use that. Yeah, we've got a couple of places to the 5 9 up here. There, we've already paired everything there. We've all completed. Not this column. Oh, okay. This column, there's actually only one place for the 7. Yes, which gives us 7 here, and 7 here, and 7 there. Which does leave a couple of naked 6s. That's them solved down. Okay, let's just follow the rest of the cascade. See if it gets us to anything close to solved, or if it's just the first stage. It's cascading quite a bit now. Might actually be it for this puzzle. Yeah, I think that 7. Yeah, that 7 spot in that column was the big one. So with us not having any like redemptions of channel points for more Netflix puzzles, we'll move on to the New York Times. I will start with the pips before I move on to the Wordle. Okay, so what we have to do with pips is place the given dominoes down here into this grid using the logic clues. So, for example, the side of the domino that fits in here would have to be greater than 4. It would have to be a 5 or a 6. Similarly, this one has to be less than 4, making it 3, 2, 1, or the blank. Here we have it, like that side has to be 2, and where we have larger ones, both of these have to be equal thanks to this symbol. The first thing I'm going to do is mark how the dominoes fit into the grid. So what have we got that's attached to it? 2. We only have 2 of them, and the 2 that are less than 4, we only have this one, which means that this has to go here, giving us that the next one there is a 6. To make both of these equal, we have to put a double in, and then for making this one greater than 4, go on to the medium. Again, we start by trying to figure out our geometry. So where there's like a single cell hanging over on its own, it actually makes figuring out geometry a lot easier, because there's only one way that the shape can fit. Okay, so we have a couple of things that can go in here with the zeros, but if it has to make 7, that actually excludes this one, because the maximum value on a domino is 6, so then we end up needing a 5 here. We have a few 5s to choose from, so I'm going to leave that for now. The 3s, we have a couple of possibilities. For a double domino that equals less than 2, we only have 1 that will fit. We need another double here. Yeah, it is the 3s, which tells us that this has to go here. Here we need a 5 with something that we have another one on. The only one that fits that description is the 5-4. This is the 5 with something greater than 4, and then up here we need the last 5 to add on to 7. And there are our pips, easy and medium. From there we'll go on to the hard. Before I start trying to draw geometry, we'll double check all the logics here. So, for example, this one, all the dominoes, any dominoes that are present within this border have to equal 10. Here it's 5. Here they are not allowed to be equal, so they'd all have to be different values. So, like, this would be in breach of it, for example, but we would be able to do something like that. The first thing I want to do is go through my dominoes and look for things like, do we have values that add up to 6 or 2 or 10, things like that, so that we can guess our geometry from there. So if we start with the 10, because it's quite a hard number to make. It needs to be 5-5 or 4-6. So if we don't have one of those present, we can mark that our full geometry of this section from that alone. So we've got an 11, and we have a 9, and that is the closest we get, which means that we end up with geometry like this. Right now, we can't guess this. I need to go back and check. Do we have anything that adds to 8? Be like 6, 2, 5, 3, and 4, 4. So 6, 4, 11, 3, 9, 6, 7, 2, 6, 5, and 4. So again, that gives us the rest of our geometry. Okay, so we at least know the layout that we'll be looking for. How many 5s do we have that could possibly go here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's quite a lot. We have a few 1s, a couple of 4s. we only have the 1-6, so I know that this one cannot go there, at least. How many 2s do we have? Okay, we've got another one there. We do have another blank. Okay, so there's nothing much to narrow down which 5 this will be. With the 4s, it can't be this one, as if the blank goes here, the highest we'd be able to make is 6 there. Can use the 5 because this. Then we only need to add a 3 for a few of them. What other 4s do we have? We can use the 4 too because we have a 6 here. So it's between these two on which one ends up going here. Right, for less than 3 though, we actually only have the 1 domino we can use. Because it can't be this 3, and we have nothing that goes any lower, so it has to be that double. Is there anything else like that? No, I think from here we're going to have to trial and error a little using these. Right, so the most direct trial and error is this one, because that removes the 6 as a possibility for any of them, which leaves us needing 5-5 over here. Okay. Which would leave us with 1-5 over, which we could use actually here if we've got a blank leading in. Okay, so for less than 2, we're going to need a 1 and a blank. With this setup, we can't have the 5 and blank because we already have 5 in here. We could have the 4 and blank, or the 4 and 1, 2 and 1. As both of those would allow us to move over into the 6. We know that at least 2 of these ones are going to be taken up by this though, which will leave us with only 1 of them. This is going to have to be a 5-5. Now, from the way that I've started this one, we can only fit another 1 in there. And this leaves us needing a 4 with something that will equal 2, or less than 2, so 1. So I could potentially do that to make this 10 and things not have an equal. We now can't use that 4. We can't use the 5 or the 4, which means we will need to use the 3s or 2s. I don't have any blanks left, so this is going to have to be that. Which leaves us moving that way, which does not work. Cool. So I don't want to take all of it out, because I need these 2 to stay, because I know that that one's correct at least. But if we try something, so that means we need to try something else. Like, it could be that the way I moved off from here was wrong, but we'll try with the 3s. So the only 3s that we have available are there. We've reduced the amount of 5s we have available. We do have additional 2s and 1s, so no matter, and a blank. So no matter which way I go into here, I end up with possibilities for the 5. But we'll come back to that as we are about to hit the break. So we will be back very shortly. I will not solve any more of the puzzle while we're all gone. welcome back. As you can see, I left the puzzle paused whilst we were, whilst we'd gone to ads. There isn't actually a full pause button that I found for this one, so I have to let it time out on its own. Okay, so if I want to use the 6 in this 10, I can't use it that way. I'll have to use it that way. Which leaves us needing a 4 here. All of the remaining 4s we can use to make 2. Because we have a 4-1, a 4 blank, and a 4-2. So the other thing I need to look at is, can something that the 4s are connected to add to anything else that will not work with the 6? Because we want to exclude more than we want to lock in. Because we need to make 6 here and still make sure we can be at less than 2 here. So that would be, for example, these. We'll go with the higher one. At least with 2 blanks. If we go with this one, then we need a 1 that is connected to something less than 2. So we can't do that one. If we try this one, we need a 2. We need another blank, so it can't actually, that one doesn't work, because then we're left with 2 5s in the not equal box. So now we try a different. So from here, we now need a 1. We have 2 of them available, both of which attach to something that can be used in the 6 box. We do have additional 4s that can work, where only one of them can work with the 2. So if we try that, again, we are left with the same problem of being attached to something that will equal the 5. So is it the 4 blank I need to try now? With the 2, 2, 1. That leaves us needing a 5 something. Use the 5 blank there and the 1. Okay, so that narrows it down for what we can actually use to move into the 5. But I think we need to do it. Okay, we can't do it that way because we'd end up with a 5 there, which we can't do. So we're going to need to have a 1 or a 2 in here. No matter which one we use, we can't make 5 out of the remaining. Can we? Yes, yes we can, but we just can't get the equals here. So I'm going to need to find something a little more restrictive. So if I have this, that means I would have to put the blank 4 there. It's the only other blank we have available. From here we need a 1 that is attached to something that we don't have attached to. We can only attach this to that 5. The rest of our possibilities for making that 5 is still pretty open. Okay, so again, moving with the most restrictive, because if this 6 goes here, that's actually not that restrictive, but it's more forcing for the 5 to be in this one. So again, here we need a 1 attached to something where we add to sticks. And we're actually pretty open for the stuff that we can use in here. So if I use the 1, 2 there, for example, or if we assume that a 2 ends up here. Actually, there's no point in assuming that we've got too much. I'm thinking a little too far ahead. So from that, I'd need a 2 and something less than... just realised I can't actually have the blanks there. Because I need this to be less than 2, which means it needs to be 1 blank. Or blank blank there. So what if we try going backwards from here? We have 1 and we need to make 2, and with how this is laid out, we actually can't do that. So if we rotate them. Oh, no worries. So now we can actually make the 2. Now we need a 1 attached to something that can make 5. So we can do this just to clear the 6 out. We can't do it that way. Which means we'd have to use a 5, which gives us a... needing a 5 here. So we can do 5, 6 like that. And now we need 5, 2, 2, 4, and put the final domino with the last one. Drag it there. Okay, so that was a tricky one. It did require a few false starts. Oh no! Wait, is this the guy who cocked everything up that had you working late the other time? So, gross incompetence is what got him fired. Okay, right, so there's the pips then. No one has redeemed the channel reward. The Wordle. Let's get to the right. So we will be starting with daily, which is how often these puzzles come out and how often I should be solving them. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, wow. Like, he just fell for a fishing skill. That's wild. Okay, so with what we have at the moment, we're probably going to end up with that or that. He is more likely as... I don't think I've had any Wordle so far since I've started doing Puzzle Pilgrim that actually ends like a plural. Can't do X Isle because we've already used the I. How about... I think that's a word. No, okay. Uncle. The C, isn't it? Okay, so all I got there was the L-E. Okay. So at least that punch was right. I'm going to be very surprised if this is right, but this is actually how you spell the word I'm thinking of. It's not mole like the little thing that burrows. Mole as in the scientific term, which involves like Avogadro's number in chemistry and stuff like that. Okay. Okay. I was about to type apple, but that's not going to work. We've already lost the A. Maybe. Yeah. Ah, I liked how that one went. Pretty happy with that. So that's actually New York Times done. So we're gonna move on to chess.com because I didn't stream yesterday. We actually have yesterday's daily puzzle to do as well. Doesn't mean I'm going to be any good at it. I do often struggle with these. Right, white to move, and it's called Mousetrap. This is going to be about like weaving a line to try and trap king or push or force the queen somewhere where you can take it. So that you end up with open lines. So the first thing I actually want to do is move this pawn to put the king under threat. No, cool. That's one. So it's meant to be working with the queen. Start with check. No, brilliant. Draw a queen trade. No, yay. I hope you're getting properly compensated for doing two people's jobs, mate. Okay, so no, I'm not seeing how to get into this one. Really? So it's not going with pin. We can chase that. No, okay. Yeah. Really? You can en passant that. Forces that, and then no. And then you can. Okay, no, I did not like that one. That is a fail on the daily. I couldn't see any of that. But we will try today's one, see if it's any more forgiving. Getting a bonus is something at least. Or at least it is when, like the tax one doesn't take all of it off you. I think I can just get in here safely, because the knight is guarding. Oh, fantastic. That's what we love to see. Can't get in there. There. I could have just gone right in here. It'll end up with nowhere to escape. Run in here. Okay. No, I'm just trying to demolish their position. It's not enough. Okay. So it's about moving the queen offline. Because if the queen stays there, it could have taken the rook, which is a lot more damaging than the bishop actually is getting in the way. That one I will call a win, because I got it without any hints. It took a couple of tries, but the daily puzzles often do for me. That's a big fucking deal. Okay, but there's all of the chess dailies available to us done. From there, we're going to move on to the more general chess puzzles. So we're going to go until we get the 3 daily solves. And after that, we'll go till the streak ends. Okay, I think I can see this one. It's a bit long-winded. Alright, if the company isn't covering it, then yeah, definitely give H a call. Okay, so this one's a bit long-winded, but I think the starting step is actually sacrificing the knight by taking this rook. Because then, even if the king ignores it and doesn't take, we can start. No, it's here maybe. Yeah, because we sacrificed that pawn. We move in here, and there's nothing that can be done about it. I was thinking a step or two ahead, or a step or two extra. But yeah, so there's the first chess puzzle of today. White to move, looking for mate. Okay, so that queen is troublesome, because no matter where we move at the moment to try and check the king, queen can follow, or we leave ourselves under threat anyway. So we ignore the queen and we use the bishop instead. So we go here, and then the queen is guarding the bishop at the same time as threatening the square, so the king is trapped. Yay, level up. Okay, black to move, again, looking for mate. Okay, I can run the queen all the way back here. Like that gets me backline check. The queen can come in and guard. And then I can threaten the bishop, it moves, and okay, yeah, so I think it's this. We come with the bishop, and then we can take, yeah! Oh, that one's a little tricky. I'm very happy with that one. Yeah, so we've hit the daily solves, so we're going to keep on until we have broken the streak. Even if I break the streak straight away, I'm going to do like maybe 3 daily puzzles. Or 3 of the more general ones, I should say. And it's not loading a new one for me. Let's refresh the page. And there we go. Alright, black to move, looking for mate. Okay, so there's not many places I can move the queen and it be safely attacking. If I come in with the knight here, the king can move off to there. There's not much I can do about it. Move here. Then either the rook or the pawn can come for me. Then I can follow up here, guarded by the pawn, leaving nowhere for the king to escape. Oof. Thought I was going to lose the streak there. White to move, looking for mate. Okay, so if we take here, the queen can come and guard. And then we can pull the knight in here. Maybe? Oh, or is it simpler? No, so we come straight in here, then either the bishop or the queen can take. We need to be in a position where they are really far. So I think it's going to be this. No? Okay, streak is broken. What is it? Oh, so it is a knight move. Is it this? No? Okay, so this is going to be a loss, which is okay. Ah, yeah, okay, I see it now. So this works because this pawn is pinned. Yeah, so this pawn cannot take the knight, because if it did, it would... yeah, we've had a couple of losses on the general puzzles. Not many. Okay, black to move, looking for mate. I think this is a simple mate with queen there. Yeah, that was a bit easy. We'll do another one. White to move. Strong attack on the queen. King, sorry. I can be a great person and still occasionally struggle at puzzles. Like, the two are not mutually exclusive. Okay, so now I need to find a way to make an attack on the king, sorry, without actually losing the queen. I kind of just want to bring my rook across to form a battery to move ahead. Yeah. Okay. Because, like, this rook is not under threat by anything, and it's actually guarding this weak pawn here. So if the queen were to try anything, the rook could just backtrack, the battery would still be formed, and then you just push the queen to the back row. We'll do one more puzzle before we call it the chess.com puzzles. Right, white to move. Apparently they have blundered their bishop, which is going to allow me to win a rook. I cannot see how at the moment, so this might end up being another hard one for me. feel like it's got something to do with the bishop, because it's got a decent line of sight. This knight, no matter where it moves, well, no matter how it moves forward, I should say, it's just immediately lost without any real follow-up. Here I can threaten both the bishop and the queen, but I would lose the knight no matter which one I took. And that's what, personally, I'd be tempted to go for. But a knight sacrifice to get like the bishop and make a forcing move on the queen. Oh. Do that. Or if we go here, actually, then take there. Oh, cool. God, so this is going to be another loss. So this is another nightmare. Oh, no, I should have seen it. It's a bloody royal pin over here. And they've got their position kind of quite locked up here. So if they try to move like one of the pawns out, then I've got an immediate escape, things like that. Yeah, it's another loss on that one to end the chess puzzles with, as we're just about to hit the ad break. So after the ad break, we'll do a handful of puzzles from the Telegraph, and then, because it's been quite a quick stream, we'll probably do a few bonus ones from Netflix before I call it a day. So, we will be back very shortly. Welcome back. So, yeah, we were done with chess.com, I think. So we're going to do a couple of puzzles from the Telegraph. I only really do the cogs, sorted, and crossword. Oh hey, good to see you back. Okay, so this is a crossword with jumbled letters, and you have to rotate blocks to be able to figure out how to solve the whole puzzle. So I like to try and find some of the longer words first, as I find that they can be quite informative. Kind of like so we'll have to move on to another one. Struggling to spot. No, I'm not spotting anything with the words so far. Right, if I can't spot any of the long ones, I guess we'll have to work on the small ones and backtrack from there. Okay, so that would have to be Wow, I'm really struggling to find my way into this puzzle today. No, I am not seeing anything. Right, none. And that's it. But that gives me a double L at the beginning. Hey! Yeah, no, I'm really struggling to find a way into this one. I don't think that's how you spell rain. What the hell is happening to me today? Like, I cannot get into this puzzle. Like, power is a word, but... Oh, that's... They are making me work for it today. Why can I not spot anything? Yeah. Eat where? That feels like hydrants. Okay. That is how you spell it. Acting. Right, so I'm gonna lock in hydrants and heat wave. Ugh. It took far too long for me to find those. Get into the puzzle. Like, that is how you spell a type of array. So I'm gonna like that. Like that, I can only spot that as being not there. Into there, so I'm... Ah, no, that is right across the bottom. Venetian, like Venetian blinds. Stuff like that. So now it's... Into is the only thing I can spot there. Winnipeg. I know the word. I just can't think of... Imp. Nip. That's something that's wrong here. Might be this. Okay, so that's either there or there. Okay. Ah, I know what's gone wrong there. Venetian. Which gives me something else here. D. Yeah, I didn't think so. Like, yeah, I needed to tell me what this one is. Okay, so apparently that's a word. So I was right earlier when I got the rain there. Like, I'm not a fan of today's one. Let's see how badly I do at sorted. I do tend to struggle with these because I don't often know the trivia that's required. Garments in the order they are put on when dressing. Yes. From first to last. Okay, so vest, shirt, waistcoat, jacket, overcoat. Starting to get a bit warm to wear all of them. Famous Yorkshireman in birth order. Oh god. Right, Cook was before Guy Fawkes. I have no idea who the other three are. Cool, nothing is right there. Let's see. Really? Okay, then I might be thinking. Okay, so that's, yeah, I recognize that's the golden age of piracy, but I thought Fawkes was later than that. Competition winners by prize money, highest amount to lowest. Okay, so highest amount, best not be close. FIFA World Cup, I believe that's a lot. I think snooker's ahead of darts. I want to put crufts ahead of darts, but lower than snooker, and Wimbledon ahead of that. Okay. Okay, so Crux was the lowest. I honestly thought snooker was higher rated than darts. Interesting. So I don't mind that I'm not too bad at the sorted, because... Or I'm not too good at the sorted, I should say, because, you know, I learn trivia, which I immediately forget, but I still learn trivia. So, yes, the plus word is like a mini crossword that also gives us Wordle-style clues for a word down here. Expensive violin, familiarly. It also has the same familiar name as a type of guitar, because the most famous expensive type of violin is Stradivarius. So it would be Strat. You also get Strat in guitars, but from Stratocaster. Me, myself, and Eileen, I think. Not spell Eileen, so I'm going to get that from other words or Google it in a bit, just because I don't know the spelling. Ford was a car. That means nothing to me. Caribbean country. There's quite a few, and I can't think of any. Right. Tuga, Nassau? Yeah, Nassau's the only one I think of. Water vapor is steam. Exasperated utterances, nope. Trick or alternative at Halloween. Trick or treat. Do up again as a shoelace. Okay, so I think Nassau is wrong, because I think that's going to be re-tie. Something Dobson. No. Blue fabric. Okay, so I'm wrong about the Stradivarius, because blue fabric is going to be denim. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly Google one or two of these, just because I have no idea. So, first one I want to Google is the me myself one. It's I. And I'm definitely gonna Google the Doctor Who one, because I don't know. Dobson. What's this? Nothing. Oh! Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Dobson. Anita. Okay, so I now know that this one's Haiti, without Googling it. I also know there's going to be an R and M there. Wow, that's really nice. Ford as a car. No idea what it is. So far, I am just going to check the grid. Okay, so everything I put in now is fine. Is it meant to be a strata variant? Yeah, okay. I have no idea what that's meant to be. No, it's not like a... No, cool. Exasperated utterances. You know how occasionally AI, like, looks like it's gonna take over everything? It seems to think the word rats is a 5-letter word. Or UGH with an exclamation mark is a 4-letter word. I'm good, I'm just trying to find what... I can't figure this out. It's this one here, and then I can start, and then I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. I want to say, I've already got a guess at that, though. Yeah, you get the animated ones that I kind of made myself out of the channel logos, and, like, the fancier, like, red animal thingies. So that's not Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's using the compass logo that I made myself. Thankfully, Twitch does have a really nice little set of animations that it can put over pre-made stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to have to reveal what that letter is. Size. Okay. Alright, so... Yeah. Yeah, I should have got that one. I'm rather annoyed at that. Okay, so we don't have much to go on. Because I reckon this R is the same as this one. I know that wasn't going to work. Okay. I've already tried Dream, which didn't work. Grime would have another... It would have the M here and me here. Not grim like Grimm's fairy tales, is it? Alright, that's double I, double I. No. So it's not that. Let's see if the G does go there. Okay, so I know that much. Yeah, I'm struggling with crossword today. No, the plus word, not even a full crossword. Okay, so if it's full Wordle style, groom. Yeah. I keep forgetting that if it's full Wordle style, then I do need to check the letters that have already cropped up in the puzzle. Because we seem to have like blitzed through most of it. We're gonna go to ad break, and then we're gonna do a couple of bonus puzzles on Netflix. We've only just really hit the 2 hours. I want to get a little more content than that. So we'll do a couple of bonus puzzles, especially to celebrate the having hit the goal for me to actually potentially withdraw money for the first time ever from Twitch. Not that it has recognised it yet. Takes a bit for it to go through. But yeah, we'll go to break, and I'll see you very shortly. Back. So we're going to be doing some bonus puzzles on Netflix. We've already done the Starstruck and the Sudoku there today, but I am also a fan of the combo and the crossover. I might potentially do Key Smash and Waywords and or Bonza as well. We'll start with the combo. So this is a ladder of words. It'll give us 2 starting words, or a starting word and an end word, and it'll build a ladder that we have to fill in the blanks for to get from start to end. It will give us clues as well. So our start and end word is bass guitar. So Paul McCartney, Roger Waters, or Flea. These are bass players. Doesn't actually like player 1 off. Off with no clue. I'm going to say off white. White, hot, hot, air, and air guitar. Hey. I like that one. That was good. Rin! You've made it for the last handful of bonus puzzles. Well done! Okay, so the crossover is a mini crossword that has already had all of the letters filled in, just not in the right places. We will also have emojis in there that function as their own small words that will fit into bigger words. Like here we have rock. So that is rock is going to be a partial answer for a full one. So say, nah, I'm good. Nope. No, okay. Use, no. Let's skip that one. Can do that fizzes in the pop rocks. Yeah, cool. Stop for many Caribbean cruises. Why is the Caribbean? It's not Nassau and it's not Haiti. These are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Give out your address. It's not out. Nope. Guy from down under Aussie. Ooh. This one's going to kick me today. Piece of curling equipment. A broom? No. Wow. Not doing well on today's one. Slip into like a costume. But on group rock band. Rational, sane. Okay, so this one will use color, but no finish to end. Okay, so it's going to be Aruba. Nah, I'm good. You pass. Cool. From down under, Satan. We're sorry, Australians. Like, apparently Satan belongs to you guys. Okay, so we've done crossover as well now. So yeah, we'll jump onto the waywords. This is a word search where we have to find things on theme to be able to make a path, usually from top to bottom. If we find words that are not in the theme, it will put us in. It will give us a bonus letter to tell us where the path should be. Let's see what Netflix thinks pop punk is. Close enough with that first one, I can see. Panic at the Disco. Okay, not too bad. Horror emojis. We've got day, yell, fall, and chemical. So that's My Chemical Romance. Okay. We've got Green Day here. Fallout Boy. It's Yellow Card. I haven't thought about them in a hot minute. Oh, I'm liking this one. And just to finish it, Paramore. Oh, not to finish it. I've still got to finish the path over here. Fantastic. I got a path. Yellow Card? Did I not? Oh, it's because I don't need the extra Y. It's me dragging it wrong. Oh, I was happy with that one. It was probably a little too easy for me, but it's not like I DJ a rock and metal night where I've had to play literally all of those bands in one night. That was brilliant. Okay, so Key Smash. We have to figure out what words have had their vowels removed. They do give us a clue. So the theme is singular stars. It's not always a direct theme. PRH, media mogul who used to give away her favorite things. Raya? No. Media mogul used to give away her favorite things. I have no idea who that one is. Colombian singer whose hips don't lie. So that's Shakira. Lead vocalist of U2. Bono. Sorry, there's a Bono joke that I know that replays in my head every time someone brings up U2. Rapper who won an Oscar for Lose Yourself. This would be Eminem. This is where we learn whether or not I can spell his name. Cool. Rumor has it his last name is Adkins. Doesn't help. If you just said like the first breakout single was Rolling in the Deep, it would have been an easier one. Yeah, I just couldn't spell it. Oh, I don't know what this top one is though. It is trying to tell me what the letters are, but it's changed the colour theme. So it's gonna be A something. No, it's gonna be P's something. I might look this one up, you know. Like, I'm really not getting it. Media, mobile, favorite things. Oh. Yeah, I should know this one. She's one of the most famous women in the world. Really probably should have got. Like, the reason she calls you a twat is because you're constantly hitting on me on stream. Like, you do kind of earn it off of me. Alright, and we will do the Bonza now. So Bonza is what if you take a themed, solved Scrabble board and then break it up into jigsaw pieces. So, signs in the sky. Okay, this is already feeling like a mistake. I am seeing nothing here. No, I get it. But, like, me and H were looking at going for a drink not long after I finished streaming, and hopefully we'll both have that hard time typing by the time we're done. Wait, signs in the sky. Ah, no, I've got it. It's horoscope signs. So like Libra. So that's gonna be Pisces. Yeah. So that's gonna be Virgo. Let's see. Taurus. Taurus we have to collect. Gem. There should be an in-eye somewhere, yeah. Okay, so let's score. Yo. Scorpio, Libra, is there going to be a Leo somewhere? No? Moving the board around a bit, it's looking a little weird. Okay, so that's Sag G. Yes. Let's move the board back so we can see what we're doing. Right, so, still 1, 2, connect. So, yeah, that's me. 4. Like, I was quite happy with that one once I figured out what the theme actually was. Okay, so that's actually all of the Netflix puzzles that we do. Like, I'm not too keen on the jigsaw or the shapes, especially not for content. I don't think there's any more. Because I'm not very good at the connections, usually. Especially not with them getting harder the further you go through the week. As most of the New York Times stuff tends to do. I think that might actually be us for the day. Which gives me and H plenty of time to grab some food before we have to head out. Like, thank you to everyone who came. Like, we hit like just shy of like 2.5 hours of content. Like, thank you for the last second sub. Hopefully this means I'll see you in stream a bit more often, Rob. Don't forget to check out all of my socials. Or any of them. It doesn't have to be all. They're all linked there, and you know, if you give any of them a follow, you get about like somewhere between half hour and an hour's notice before I'm likely to go on stream, and announcements for if I'm trying to do giveaways, which it's still going to be the same goddamn game that I'm trying to give away because no one seems to want to join the raffle for it. But we'll see on doing that again at some point soon. The chat did speak, and which puzzle was it? At some point soon I'll be starting a playthrough of a game. Just letting things load up so I can see what it was, but it's taking ages. Exoterra, a space journey. So at some point I'll be starting to stream that. Keep an eye on your social of choice to have any updates on that. But for now, that's your lot, unfortunately. If you want to watch this or any other previous episodes, they're all available on YouTube. Today's episode will be going out about 5:30 tomorrow. So until next time, stay safe.